Hello, this is Dennis McDonald with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. This is a Western Electric 3-slot payphone. Northern Electric / Western Electric. They're basically the same phone. And in this final video, I want to show you a little bit of what we did to the telephone. This telephone did not have a vault door, it just had this blank door. So we cut a hole in for a lock and installed a lock so the customer could at least lock the door and they can use it as a bank. So we had to install a bracket here and make our bend here so that it would accept the door and catch the body of the phone, just like that. And we installed a lock. So we got that squared away for the customer. That was something that the customer will enjoy, to have that door be a lock now instead of just a door, instead of a blank plate. Anyway, we got a new handset installed on the telephone for him. The old handset was cracked all the way through, so we got a new handset on for him. The other thing was, the customer finally just decided that it was okay that the lock opened with a small screwdriver. A lot of times what happens, on the earlier video I showed that this came from an old guy that worked for the phone company and kind of had it tore up. So basically what we did was, he had the lock broke, so we had to actually take this lock apart in the body because he had it broke to a point where it wouldn't work with a screwdriver or anything. So we had to take it apart and repair it so that the lock at least worked with a screwdriver, and we accomplished that. So this is a 10H lock, and the locks are getting very hard to find. We went through the customer's dial here and got that all straightened out, got us a dial center in it, and this was the original instruction card that came with the unit. So anyway, we got the lock squared away. We got all of our connections here repaired and fixed up the way we want them. And we went through the coin validator and got that all straightened out to where it won't hang up, or the coins will fall through it and ring the bell. Nickel will ring it once, and a dime twice, and then a quarter hits this gong over here. So anyway, we got that squared away. To show you a little bit of the inside of the telephone, what we have here, we had to install these Western Electrics, Northern Electrics, don't have networks in them. They do not have networks. So we installed a network and also installed a bell. Here's some of the electronics it takes. And we added a capacitor for the bell. We could have grabbed it off the network, but I like to keep that separate. When you're adding networks and that and bells, I like to keep them separate. So I went ahead and kept it separate. We got all of our connections fixed up here. We built a plate here for a modular jack port so that the customer would have something to plug the telephone into. And then we got our connections here, finger connections here, connected so that when we put the front of the telephone on, everything works and the dial works. Up here is just your hook switch. It basically is all wired now so that when you pick the phone up, we have dial tone and everything. thing I want to show you is this port that we install. That's the modular port that I'm talking about. I don't like to see cords hanging out of the back of these telephones. I see a lot of guys hang just regular modular cord out of the back of these telephones. I like to install a port so that they have a jack to plug it into. So it gives you some kind of idea of what's going on with the telephone on the inside. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to put the top back on. Kind of doing this all one-handed, so I might have to put the camera down for 1 second. Okay. I just wanted to lock the body lock. The upper housing lock. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and plug this into the analyzer. And give it a ring. Probably hear that dial tone. If you look at the analyzer here, basically what's going to happen is I'm going to dial some numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 2, 6, 2. And when I talk into the telephone, the handset, you're going to see the red light on the analyzer light. That's 100% modulation. So we have 100% modulation with this telephone. That's hung up. Dial tone. And I'm going to go ahead and hang it up. So we're in the right direction with this telephone. This telephone is basically finished up. This is the final video on it. And this is just to give you some kind of idea what it takes to convert one of these telephones. We could have found that lock if we would have searched and searched, but it would have cost the customer probably anywhere from $35 to maybe $65 for that lock and key. So the customer didn't want to go that route, and so we did what he wanted us to do, and that was to fix the lock so it would open with a screwdriver. Basically the lock was already broke from the first guy that owned it, and this gives you an idea of what it takes to convert a telephone and some of the things that you have to do. So we hope you enjoyed the last video on this Western Electric 3-slot payphone. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair. You can get us at the web at www.a1-telephone.com. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.